Hello, and welcome to another day and another challenge. Today we're going to talk about props and how they can be utilized in your yoga practice. There is no shame in using props in your yoga practice. It's actually heavily encouraged. So whether people in your class are utilizing them or not, if you feel that you need to use them because they will benefit you so much. So I'm going to discuss today a little bit about each of our props. Of course, there's a multitude of ways that you can also enhance them beyond what I'll talk about today, but this will at least get you started, okay? So first and foremost, we of course have our blocks. At the Shala, we have a variety of different blocks. We have cork blocks, as well as foam blocks, and we have a couple different sizes. So here are a couple moves that really work well for me when I'm using blocks. So first, we're going to take into down dog. Now with down dog, sometimes it can be difficult for you to get down. For me, I have lower back issues, so sometimes I have to bend my legs. I can't always get my heels down to the ground. That's okay. So with the blocks, you can do a couple different things here. You can utilize them in the down dog position at the top of the mat, giving your hands a little bit of leverage up, therefore gripping that inside here and being able to bring those feet a little bit further down to the ground. It's really a great versatile tool. Now, you can also do it in the back, having your heels balancing on the block. If, say, you want to be able to get your heels down and it's just not possible, you can use them in the back as well. Another way that you can use blocks is, say you're in reclined goddess pose and you can't get those legs down towards the ground, but you want to keep that position, just simply putting those blocks right under your legs there. You have such a nice position there. Now say you want to get more of an invigorating workout. You can also use this block, put it between your legs so that you're squeezing your legs together, and you can do some leg lifts. Really engaging that core. You're certainly going to feel it there. Besides doing normal leg lifts, being able to squeeze, that's going to really help you. Now you can also use this in your poses if you need that little bit extra. So say our pose from last month, which was shoelace pose. If, say, this is too challenging for you, for whatever the reason, you can always stick a block right in there, and this is okay. That little bit of leverage can make it a little bit easier to get on your sitting bones and make the pose more attainable for you. So that's just really skimming the surface of blocks. But tell me, what do you utilize blocks for? What is the best pose with blocks for you? Be sure to let me know. So now we're going to move on to the strap, another very popular prop to utilize in yoga in your daily practice. Now, one of the ways that I love it is for that added stretch. So if we're on our backs, laying down here, you can slip that strap right into the foot, elongate the other foot, and then grab a hold, trying to bring that foot back towards your body. Then, of course, after some time, you switch it off, play around with it. You can also take it out to the side. Now, if that's not comfortable for you, stick block. And it's perfect. Nice stretch here. You can also utilize the strap for some standing poses as well. So say you're working on your balance. You can grab a hold of that strap, finding that balance right here, lifting up that leg, stretching out, and then reaching for that foot, but with the strap, finding that balance, and really being able to get into the pose. You can then, of course, take it out to the side, whoop, and work on extending out your leg utilizing the strap. It's much easier than trying to grab your toe if you're not quite there with the flexibility, and that's okay. The props help to increase flexibility as well as mobility. So we've hit the blocks and the strap. Let's now go to a couple of our other ones that you might use more in a yin yoga or just when you're coming down into a shavasana. You can absolutely use these props. Your blanket is a prop. You can put your blanket right under your shoulder for that added little bit of comfort. If say when you're gonna be going into your shoulder stand or perhaps into plow, you wanna be able to protect the back of your neck and your shoulders. This is a great opportunity to use that. Again too, if maybe you don't need something as intense as a block, but you need a little bit of leverage, you can always fold up your blanket. You can also, of course, use the blanket to pad your knees for anything if your knees tend to bother you. So the blanket is not only for shavasana when you finally are done your yoga practice, but it can be incorporated in many different ways into your daily yoga routine. Along with that goes the bolster. The bolster is also another added prop that you can use in lieu of perhaps the block. There's a variety of different ways that you can use your bolster. For example, say child's pose. Maybe you're not feeling that. Then how about we put it into a wide-legged child's pose, putting the bolster right here, and coming on down. That works for me. And then of course, switching sides. And suddenly you have nap time. The bolster is a great tool for you. So I do always suggest if you're doing yoga at home, invest in a bolster because it'll be worth it for your practice. Not only for the end of the practice, but incorporating throughout the practice as well. And then here's some other props that I find as a great tool for you. Now, one of them is the wheel. The wheel can additionally be used like a block. So say, for example, you had your wheel accessible, you wanted to get into that triangle pose, boom, there you go. And it won't necessarily roll unless you roll it. Very nice and sturdy here. And then another one that I also love is with bridge pose or wheel, using the wheel. So right here, sitting on it, it's very sturdy, it's not going to break on me. And I'm going to come down. And I'm going to be able to get into that wheel pose a lot better than if I did not have the prop. And then coming on up slowly. So it's quite a fun one, for sure. And then finally, there's of course many more tools that you can utilize for props at here at the yoga studio. But one that I really love is my feet up trainer. So we have here at the Yoga Shala, we have the opportunity to teach feet up yoga. And so feet up yoga incorporates this tool right here, the one-stop prop of the feet up trainer. And not only is this used for inversions, of course you can use them for inversions, but you can also utilize this to help increase your practice. So one of the ways here, for example, is again down dog, coming here, coming forward to plank and having that nice leverage. You can also bring your leg to the front and use it as a support if you're not able to really get into that low or that high lunge. It's a great support tool there. And of course, you can use it for your inversion practice. So if you're maybe hesitant on doing headstands, but you want to be able to maybe get to that level, the feet up trainer is the best way to go. You can put it right against the wall and practice that inversion, feeling safe and secure. So you simply just come on down using the shoulder rest, and up you go. It also helps to build that core strength as well. So again, one-stop prop there. So here you have it. You have your blocks, your strap, your bolster, you have your blanket, you have the wheel, and you have the feet up trainer. So I hope that you take advantage the next time that you come to class of using these props and expanding your knowledge on how to use them. It's only going to make you a better yogi in the end. So thank you. Take advantage of my challenge. Let me know what prop you use the most and what one you maybe want to utilize more. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for tomorrow's challenge. Namaste.